Welcome back to the Pageant Gal podcast, where gals, I'm going to call myself out. I've been sitting here for probably 5 minutes thinking about which episode to record next. Because if you know me, I plan and strategize everything, but then I also kind of throw the plan out the window and I speak to you from my heart here. But I've been sitting and thinking, oh, this would be a great episode. Oh, this would be a great episode. And I was like, Maria, Gerlando Cuevas, the Pageant Gal. Stop being in your head and go and record this episode. You're going to find the thing that the gals need to hear. Those of you that are listening to this episode, it is like divine that it is finding you because this could have been like 10 other episodes, but it's this one right here, right now. And I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you. This is the number one thing I wish I did way sooner when starting my pageant journey. The thing that would have taken me so much farther. And it is the thing every single one of you needs to focus on doing more, especially in the rise of AI. And whoo, pageant gals, we got to talk about how the industry does not know how to use this properly when it comes to actually building influence, visibility, and opportunities. But that is a whole topic that could be for a different episode. But this one thing, looking back, I'm going to give this to you in a super short episode. The best thing that you can do right now in your pageant journey, I don't care where in the world you are, I don't care how many times you competed, I don't care how much money you got in the bank account, I don't care what your mama says, you need to be building your personal brand. And you need to be building it right now. And the opportunities and the growth that building and focusing on investing in your personal brand as if it were the crown itself, when you do this, oof, your life will change. And when I look back at the ways that I have grown and evolved over the last 10 years in pageantry and the way that I support my clients, not just in winning on stage, but being winners at life, building businesses, growing events and movements that are literally known across the globe and getting them incredible opportunities, sponsors, speaking on stages, it is because of their personal brand. Your personal brand is the thing that nobody else can take or copy from you. Your personal brand is the thing that is going to transcend the rise of AI. When everybody is using these very generic, god awful templates and captions and ideas, y'all, if I open up my DMs and I get another request from someone and they cannot talk to me like a human and I can see they're only using AI to talk to me, we're going to hear about it. Y'all going to hear about it from me. No, just kidding. I delete them anyways. But your personal brand is what you are known for. It is what you are choosing to say, this is who I am, this is how I want you all to see me and associate me with. And no matter what happens on this journey, I am going to keep being somebody who is going to stand out on stage, in person, online, and continue to attract new opportunities and continue to grow and continue to expand. And especially when we come to now the business side of things, this is what's going to help you be able to charge more, earn more, and build a bigger, better business than everybody else who's even been doing this longer than you. Personal brand, and if you look at any big podcasters or business coaches or people just in like the online world who focus on this type of work, they're all going to tell you the exact same thing. Because with the population growing, and especially with pageantry, and every year there's more pageants popping up. Every year there's more people entering the atmosphere and coaches entering. People will lie to you and say, like, oh, the industry's dying. Is it going to be dead? No, it's not. It's literally growing. More and more pageants are popping up. More and more girls are deciding to compete. More and more money is invested in the industry. It is growing. And if you want to be somebody who doesn't just get to grow with this industry, but who ascends and leads it, and is someone that everybody looks at and goes, ooh, I want to follow her. She's got it going on. Oh, she knows something. No, it's not that you know anything. You just know yourself. And you just know what your personal brand is and why everybody else should care. And to me, that's really what a queen understands. And it's this underlying, it's two parts. It's this underlying thing that you build the foundation of your pageant journey, your movement, your wardrobe based off, but it's also the through line for your why for competing. That it goes through why you decided to enter, which pageant you decided to compete, why you want to win with your story and your impact, and then what you'll do with the title, and then what you'll do beyond it. It's like this continuous through line that gets to keep growing with you. And this is a huge thing that we focus on, whether you're training with me for pageants and what's beyond in the Queen Collective, or you're building your business in something like Empire, or you're coming to our retreat. For those of you that are coming to the Ascension Retreat in September of 2026, I'm going to drop the details below because we've got a few spots left for you. But it is your personal brand that's going to be the thing that stands out. And I'm going to give you the 5 core things that a personal brand needs in order to transcend the industry and to continue to trailblaze the way and not get lost in the sauce and not be one of a million in the noise of everybody who's using AI or trying to be the blueprint of, okay, she did this, so I'm going to do that, and the copycatters around the world. No, you're going to be the person that everyone tries to copy, but they can't because you know yourself so well. And it's these 5 things that I teach to my clients. Okay. The first thing is your story. I'm going to give you these rapid fire. Nobody can take away your core story. Only you have lived the life and experience and the main driving why behind what it is that you do. Uncover what that before to after is and share it and own it and make it a big deal and say it over and over and tell people why they should care. You will be speaking on stages. You will be paid thousands and millions. I promise you. I promise you, you got to keep going, but you got to know your story. Okay. That is the first thing. Knowing your story, the core story. You're going to have many core stories. You're going to have many stories that are also going to be important. But each of you has one main transformation that has brought you to one, the realm of pageantry, but bigger thing, why you're listening to this podcast episode right now. 2 is you need to know your message. I call this your movement message when it comes to building your global movement that is not only going to help you win pageants, but make hundreds of thousands of dollars when you start to monetize this and realize you're the queen who should own her time and own her own business. Your message is going to look like, who are you speaking to and what problems are they facing that you are here to solve? This is applicable whether it's through your platform. Everybody wants to save all the puppies. Everybody wants to save the world and say my platform's for everybody. No. Very smart, intelligent, and business-minded pageant gals who are winning and earning understand that their message is not for everybody. And what they're building a movement around is actually for a specific type of person, not for everybody. And because of that, because they're so clear, your message, your content, your voice becomes so much more potent and so much more direct. And it busts through all of the fake noise and AI written captions and generated nonsense and jargon that other people say. So you've got to know your story. You've got to have your movement message. The third thing is your unique edge. Your unique edge is something that is so fun to identify and hone in on. This is something that I actually heard from my coach just recently. She said that building a personal brand is all about what you want people to identify you with. And that is what your unique edge is. It's saying, what do I want to be identified with? What do I want people to really know me for? This isn't just your core story. This is a unique element of your story that stands out. And that's important and it has relevance. I'm going to share a few of my unique edges that really I share and many of you will come to know me for. I say you want to have anywhere from 1 to 3 that you cycle through in your content and in your message so that people start to know you for them. The first thing is that I have won 6 pageant titles. That is a unique thing. There are a lot of pageant coaches and pageant podcasters who've never won a pageant. I speak from a very different lens from my unique edge that I've competed and won 6. Well, I've competed in more, but I've won 6. Another one of my unique edges is that I built a full-time pageant coaching business with no business background. I came from a nursing background and I built a full-time business within 4 years. That is a huge edge that I own, especially when it comes to the business side, talking about how you don't need an MBA to grow a very successful, profitable business that earns multiple 6 figures every year. It's a very unique differentiating factor that I came from nursing. And a lot of my clients will say, I love how you shared about how you used to be a nurse and you used to post in scrubs, but now you're here and you're doing this full time and that's what I want. So again, it's not my core story, but it's a very unique edge and aspect of my core story. There's many others. The whole idea is thinking about what unique aspect of your journey do you want people to start identifying you with? Maybe it's a sport. Maybe it's a phrase you say. Maybe it's something that you do. Maybe it's part of a habit or a routine that you have. This is the fun part about mentorship where we get to co-create and identify what is that unique edge and continue to bring it to life in your content, in your message, in your competition or reign, wherever it is that you have it. So those are the first 3 things. And those are the first 3 things that we work on together. Your story, your message, and your edge. And the other 2 are the fun part. 1, I'm like, which one do I want to go with first? I want this episode to be quick. We're deciding tone. Your tone and the way you communicate yourself, the way you communicate the first three things that we just said. Your tone is not meant to be one note the entire time. Your tone is meant to deliver your message in a very specific way that the people who you are leading, the millions of people who are going to follow you, are going to say, ooh, like if someone were to say, chin up, crown on, that wasn't Maria the pageant gal, you would get, oh, that's nice. That's fun. That's kind of cute. That's kind of cheesy. But when Maria, the pageant gal, says, chin up, crown on, have a vision, move forward, we're going to the top, we set the bar. There's a certain tone and direction to my voice that people listen to. It has like this commanding presence to it. A lot of people also know, and I'll have clients tell me over and over, they love how direct I am in my content. They feel like the pageant world and the pageant industry is so watered down. It's so fluffy. It's so pageant patty. And oh my goodness, it is. It really is. And I get it, right? It's just the way the industry is. But bring a pageant coach who decides to bring fire, who decides to bring spice, who decides to say it like it is, who decides to call out nonsense that I see happening, especially in my content. That's what my tone becomes known for. It's no BS. It's direct. It's very upfront. It's confronting. It's, oh, she's not going to let me hide. She's not going to let me sit in my excuses and in my doubts. She's going to challenge me to get out of my comfort zone. And I know that's where I grow. I know that's where I do better at pageants. I know that's where I get more visible and better at social media. I know that's where I build a bigger, better business from. Your tone is how you say things differently than what everyone else says. And you'll have different ranges of tone depending on who you're speaking to and where you're speaking. But what is the dominant tone you want people to hear and listen to you from? It doesn't have to be bold, no BS, direct, but you do have to know what is what is that tone of voice that you get to speak from that's different and that you get to own and refine. And trust me when I say this has taken years of refining for me to find this tone and own it and say it and communicate it. The fifth and final piece of building a personal brand that's going to not only transcend and dominate the pageant industry, but it's going to change your life and change the world around you is the fun part that we know brand for, and it is the look. And it is identifying that your brand is meant to have a unique look to you. And I don't think I need to tell everybody here that the look matters. We're in pageants. We get that your look is part of your business card, and you can want to be some sort of trendsetter saying that looks don't matter and you want to be the one who's different. And then you're going to spend so much time realizing that you can have your own unique look, but it's important to be intentional about the presentation that you have. And this has been one thing I've always been on board with. Some people will, say that they don't want to be limited by like colors and textures and looks. I don't agree with that. I think that having a distinct look immediately helps you visually stand out. Even before somebody listens to what you have to say, even before you speak on a stage, people are making an impression and an assumption about who you are and what you're going to say because of the way you look. That's why the pageant gal has always had a very distinct look and presence, online and in person. Even though I've gone through different renditions and brand looks and styles, people have always been able to associate Maria the pageant gal with a certain look. And especially now that I kind of have like my two different sides of my brand, the pageant coaching and the business coaching side, both have a very distinct look. Both have a feeling that you associate when you see me. And here's the thing, I operate everything in my company through the personal brand and the brand look. You will not see me go to an event as Maria the pageant gal, as Maria the pageant and business coach, wearing blue, wearing green, wearing purple. In my personal life, you might, absolutely. But when it comes to the brand that I've built and become known for in the pageant industry, I'm very intentional about how people see it and how even if they don't see my face, they don't see my logo, all they have to do is see the colors, see the words, see the font, and they're going to go, that's Maria the pageant gal. I already want to like this message and listen to what she has to say. And you have that power. If it's not through social media, it's through your wardrobe. If it's not through your wardrobe, it's through the way that you make content. If it's not through the whole idea is that anywhere you go, Unless if you want to be the best kept secret, if you don't want to be a queen and be online and be present and have millions of people know you, well, one, I know you're not listening to this episode, but two, I mean, you don't have to do these things, but I know the gals who are listening to this want to see what makes you stand out. And it comes from being intentional about your physical presence. And I even go as far as to like, I only shop and dress within my brand colors because I want to consistently show up in that way and be associated that way. And I've had different like brand evolutions where I'll go through and get rid of a certain color or a certain style that I no longer resonate with because brand is what will dominate the industry and many industries moving forward. It's what will disrupt the noise and it's what will continue to stand out and stand way stronger for way longer, even if other people are coming into the competition, even if other people are coming into the market, even if people have been in it for longer or less time. Building your personal brand through and beyond pageantry is the best, most intelligent thing that you will do, my gal. It's going to take you so much farther. And if you want to learn how to do that, I said I was going to keep this episode short. I don't even know how long it is, but you know what? I had a lot to say, and this is important, and this will probably be one of the best episodes you ever listen to if you implement these 5 things. But if you are listening and you're like, yes, 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 pageants are more than a crown. I have so much more I'm here to do. I want to be speaking on stages. I want people to know me. I don't want this to just be about the date. I want to open up and unlock all of the things that I get to step into because I know my message, because I know my story, because I know how to present it and communicate it. I want you to click on the show notes then and apply to work together below. And we can chat about what that would look like for you. Pageant gals, go build your personal brand. That is exactly why I'm here today. Not just with the crowns that are behind me in my crown case, but because I committed to understanding who Maria, the pageant gal, is and building a brand around it that the industry knows and recognizes. And I can't wait to see what yours is and to hear from you. Hear from you in applying together. Hear from you in the DMs. For those of you that follow the pageant gal, send me your biggest takeaway as always. And to see you in the next episode.